On the surface, this was nothing more than an ordinary annual economic meeting. On December 10 to 11, the Central Economic Work Conference was held in Beijing. Xi Jinping delivered an important speech, Premier Li Qiang gave the concluding remarks. And the official communiqué was, per usual, filled with political phrases such as seeking progress while maintaining stability, domestic demand as the main driving force, and risk prevention. What truly drew attention, however, was the seating arrangement on the rostrum. Li Shi, the CCDI chief who had been virtually missing for 20 days and had twice been absent from major events on November 28 and December 8, reappeared among the 7 Politburo Standing Committee members. State media offered no explanation, but in the highly opaque CCP system, such a pattern of disappearance followed by reappearance cannot possibly be without a story. Li Shi reappears after 20 days of disappearance. Absent from 2 major meetings, the Central Economic Work Conference becomes his return stage. According to Xinhua News Agency and multiple CCP outlets, the Central Economic Work Conference was held in Beijing on December 10 to 11. Xi Jinping attended and spoke, while Li Qiang, Zhao Leji, Wang Huning, Kai Chi, Ding Xuexiang, and Li Shi also attended as members of the Politburo Standing Committee. This was Li Shi's first appearance in CCTV footage and official media reports since November 20, when he attended a symposium marking the 110th anniversary of Hu Yaobang's birth. Before this, he had been absent from 2 key events. November 28, Politburo meeting and collective study session. During the afternoon collective study, CCTV footage showed that among the 7 standing committee members, only Li Shi was absent. Politburo member Ma Xingrui was also missing from the scene. December 8, year-end Politburo meeting. The communiqué only stated, analyzing and studying the 2026 economic agenda, and reviewing the regulations on comprehensively governing the country according to law. It did not mention, as is customary, the anti-corruption work report, nor did it set the date for the 2026 CCDI plenary session. Li Shi, who should have taken center stage in matters of anti-corruption, did not attend. These developments were highly unusual, as they broke the norms established since Xi Jinping took office. Against this backdrop, Li Shi's appearance on the rostrum of the Central Economic Work Conference itself became major news. No official announcement of any investigation or removal. Yet no explanation whatsoever for the earlier abnormalities. Peng Liyuan's 3 demands, forcing Li Shi back onto the stage. While Beijing remained silent, overseas commentators offered an alternative, internal script. Australian-based commentator Jiang Wangzheng claimed on X, Twitter, that, ahead of this year's Central Economic Work Conference, Peng Liyuan had made 3 demands to Xi Jinping. Add Peng Liyuan as a Politburo member, creating a reserved space for her within the top power structure. To reduce political shock, the suspended Li Shi must appear on the rostrum to avoid giving the impression, inside or outside the party, that a sitting Politburo Standing Committee member was under investigation. Peng pushed for a light-touch approach to the Ma Xingrui 530 case. She sought to bring Ma Xingrui back to the rostrum, arrange a handover between him and the current Xinjiang Party Secretary Chen Shaojian, and allow Ma Xingrui to retire safely in exchange for giving up his Politburo and Central Committee positions. Many believe Peng Liyuan, who is neither a Central Committee member nor an alternate member, has little chance of entering the Politburo. Jiang, however, argued this is just one word from Xi. He pointed out that Xi's confidant Kai Chi entered the Politburo while being neither a Central Committee member nor an alternate member. Jiang also claimed that Li Shi's current suspension is linked to his family's involvement in the Ma Xingrui case. Li Shi's wife, along with Ma Xingrui's wife Rong Li and the wife of Gao Shiwen, former chief of staff to Ma and current mayor of Nanchang, allegedly participated in investment projects in Hong Kong, from minority shares to full control, purchasing entire buildings and even overseas gas stations and land. None of these details can be independently verified, nor have they received official responses. Yet in a system where information is tightly sealed, such leaks are often viewed as reflections of internal power struggles in Zongnanhai. CCDI's WeChat rehashes the first major anti-corruption case, signaling harsh punishment. Around the same time, 2 CCDI-related official messages sent strong political signals. On December 10, the CCDI and National Supervisory Commission's WeChat account published an article titled "Severely Handling the Lu Qingshan and Zhang Zishan Case," corrupt officials must be punished once detected, describing it as the first major corruption case after the founding of the PRC. It emphasized, officials who once rendered service during wartime may still degenerate in peacetime. Corrupt officials must be punished without exception as soon as they are discovered. Historically, propaganda surrounding this case has served as a precursor to taking down big tigers. In 2013 to 2014, shortly after she took office, and again before the 19th Party Congress in 2017, state media heavily promoted this case, followed by the downfall of Zhou Yongkang, Su Kaiho, Ling Jihua, Sun Zhengkai, and others. Commentators noted that bringing up this case again, amid rampant rumors about the Ma Xingrui case and Li Shi's unusual absence, strongly suggests a new round of killings is being signaled. By Tianhui executed. One day earlier, on December 9, former Huarong International General Manager Bai Tianhui was executed. He was accused of taking bribes totaling 1.108 billion yuan. Authorities specifically emphasized that although he exposed major crimes committed by others and made significant contributions, these were not sufficient for leniency. This mirrored the 2021 execution of Lai Xiaoman, former Huarong chairman, widely seen as a white glove for Jiang Zemin and Zheng Qinghong's faction. At the time, the CCP similarly stressed that Lai's meritorious deeds were insufficient for leniency. Commentator Li Yanming noted that the CCDI's resurrection of the Liu Zhang case, combined with Bai's execution, suggests the regime may soon target a tiger of vice-national level or above, most likely Ma Xingrui, who has been linked to 300 billion yuan in massive corruption. Are Xi's three key allies in trouble? New Gang of Four, rumors, two different versions, all Xi loyalists. Although People's Daily and other state outlets continue to emphasize the party with Xi at its core, and the two safeguards, the list of fallen officials and shifting propaganda tone suggest that several of Xi's core allies are now in the eye of the storm. In the military, former CMC Vice Chairman He Weidong and former Political Work Department Director Miao Hua have been expelled from the party and military and handed over for prosecution. In regional and political legal systems, Xi's protégé Ma Xingrui is rumored to be under investigation. Shaanxi faction member and CCDI chief Li Shi is suspected to be suspended. Xi's security chief Wang Xiaohong is said to have had his power curtailed. Against this backdrop, two versions of a so-called new Gang of Four have emerged. Version 1, Jiang Wangzheng's list. Peng Liyuan plus Inli plus Yuan Jiajun plus Ma Xingrui. He claims the 530 Ma Xingrui case gave Xi tremendous pain and that a new Gang of Four has formed. Peng Liyuan, equivalent to Jiang Qing. Beijing Party Secretary Inli. Chongqing Party Secretary Yuan Jiajun. Former Xinjiang Party Secretary and Politburo member Ma Xingrui. All four share two traits. Their careers heavily depended on Xi. They are core figures in the First Lady faction plus Xi loyalists. Version 2, Old Deng's list. Peng Liyuan plus Li Shi plus Ma Xingrui plus Wang Xiaohong. Canadian-based commentator Old Deng claims a CCP decision-making group has designated a new Gang of Four consisting of Peng Liyuan, Li Shi, Ma Xingrui, Wang Xiaohong. This version centers on Xi's most crucial power levers. The CCDI chief controlling anti-corruption. The public security minister controlling internal coercive force. Ma Xingrui, said to have overseen 3.3 trillion yuan of Xinjiang construction funds and corruption amounting to hundreds of billions. And the First Lady, Peng Liyuan. He also notes, Ma Xingrui and Peng Liyuan are from the same hometown, Yuncheng, Shandong. Ma addressed Peng as Big Sister. Ma's wife Rong Li is close friends with Peng. Li Shi's wife allegedly invested jointly in Hong Kong with Rong Li and Gao Sherwin's wife. Their networks intertwine political power, personal relationships, and huge financial interests. Again, none of this can be verified, but the term Gang of Four is politically explosive in CCP history. During the Cultural Revolution, even when Jiang Qing, Zhang Chunxiao, Wang Hongwen, and Yao Wenyuan wielded enormous influence, the party never called them that. Only after Mao's death, during the 1976 coup, did the CCP officially label them the Gang of Four. Given this context, the use of the term today, regardless of source, lays a heavy political marker. Either it prepares Xi to eventually purge those around him, or it foreshadows a future collective reckoning against the Xi faction. People's Daily calls for ability to rise and fall, but public demands for Xi's resignation persist. Alongside rumors of elite infighting, public discontent continues to accumulate. On December 11, People's Daily published an article titled, "Let Promotion and Demotion of Leading Cadres Become the Norm." It criticized the bureaucracy for no difference between working and not working. Bad money driving out good money. It stressed officials cannot only rise but never fall. Those coasting, guarding turf, or shirking responsibility must be removed. Even wrote phrases such as, "Positions are not iron chairs. If one's virtue or capability does not match the role, one will be adjusted." Comments were disabled on People's Daily's official Weibo post, but overseas discussions erupted. Is this referring to cadres below Xi, or Xi himself? Letting the ruling party itself be able to rise and fall is the real key. If virtue and competence don't match the position, who should go first? Calls for Xi Jinping's resignation have never disappeared. 2020, Su Zhiyong published an open persuasion to step down letter urging Xi to resign. 2022 October, Liangma Bridge and Sitong Bridge banners called for removing Xi. 2022 November, White Paper Movement protesters shouted, "Down with the CCP, Xi Jinping step down." 2025, the China Action Movement abroad called for ending Xi's rule. Ahead of the 2025 9/3 parade, Beijing public toilets were graffitied with "Dictator step down" and "CCP must fall." On the third anniversary of the White Paper Movement, projected slogans appeared on the PRC consulate in New York: "Time's up, step down." Given this social climate, People's Daily's sudden emphasis on promotion and demotion, positions not being iron chairs, and misaligned virtue warrants removal was widely interpreted as the speaker may not intend it, but listeners do. Many readers immediately thought of Xi Jinping himself. If Li Xi is truly under investigation, what would it mean for Xi's leadership? So far, the CCP has only used Li Xi's brief reappearance to deny the most extreme speculation, already detained. But it has not addressed why he was absent. Why CCDI matters vanished from the year-end Politburo meeting. What roles Ma Xingrui and Li Xi play in this anti-corruption storm? In CCP political language, not speaking is itself a message. If, at some future point, Li Xi is officially declared under investigation, then he would be one of the highest-ranking current Xi loyalists to fall since Xi took power. The anti-corruption apparatus, previously used to investigate others, would become itself the target, shattering the deterrence Xi built over the last decade. Insecurity within the party would skyrocket. If even the CCDI chief isn't safe, who can remain loyal without fear? From this perspective, the leak about Peng Liyuan demanding Li Xi's appearance, even if unverifiable, touches on the core dilemma. If a sitting standing committee member disappears, it signals political instability. But the leadership must also account for the Ma Xingrui case and internal problems within the anti-corruption system. Under conditions of economic downturn, fiscal strain, and rising social discontent, Li Xi, Ma Xingrui, and Wang Xiaohong, while pillars of Xi's authority, are also his heaviest political liabilities. This time, Li Xi returned to the rostrum with problems attached. Next time, what kind of personnel decisions, or what kind of "new Gang of Four" narrative, will the leadership use to explain these crises to the party and to the world? We may get the answer as soon as 2026.